Hello everyone, me and Cassie here, out on the bike and walking, or running, Cassie is, and I have some important information for all of you as I'm cruising down the road, and it's about Pastor Bob impersonators. For those of you who've been researching this topic for a while, you already know that there are a lot of Pastor Bob impersonator channels on the internet. So maybe some of you were clicking on this video because you thought I was going to talk about Pastor Bob being an impersonator. Wrong. He is not an Elvis impersonator. I've talked about this many times. Hello, Mrs. Slim Jiggy One. Hello, how are you doing? So let me point out one particular channel that I mentioned before, and that is on X, which is formerly Twitter. There is, I think, only one account. I think the name of it is Pastor Bob Joyce, but there's a bunch of Bob Joyces or Pastor Bob Joyces on there. And I've talked about this before, but I was amazed at how many people are believing a lot of these channels, that it's actually him when it's not. And but there is one thing I want to share again that a lot of you don't know, is that in the last year or so, the X app, which is a social media app, if you don't already know what that is, just like Facebook or Truth or YouTube, or it's just a different social media app. There's one account that is verified with a blue check mark. And the thing about X is that about a year ago, they made it so that if you pay like $15 a month or something, they'll do a quick verification and they'll give you the blue check mark. So a lot of people are fooled by that because they think, oh, there's only one account, one channel on X that has a check mark out of all the Bobs on there, right? Which there's probably at least 10 to 15. Just when I did a quick look, there's a lot. And there's only one with the check mark, so people tend to believe that it's legit and it's Pastor Bob when it's not. And like I was saying, if you've been on this research trail for a while, if you've done any real digging and read the bobjoyce.org website also, you'll know that Pastor Bob only uses YouTube, Facebook, and their own website, and that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So they don't use a whole lot of social media. Pastor Bob does not message people. He doesn't drop little cues like a recent post on X said, or it had a picture of the guitar, and it said something like, I still have this guitar, like as if it's Elvis's guitar, and he's dropping little cute clues on there that it's him. It's not. So Pastor Bob is not on X at all, not on Instagram. He doesn't write messages on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else. The church basically just uploads his sermons or music services, and that's it. And maybe occasionally, you'll see one of the members of the church commenting in a YouTube video or something, but they're not speaking like officially on behalf of Pastor Bob or anything like that. So the moral of the story here is you're not going to get any clues directly from Household of Faith Church or Pastor Bob. Any clues or digging is going to be on your own, or, as many of you know, I just released my new book earlier this week called The Voice Lives On, and it lists pretty much all of the comparisons, the history, the info, the coincidences that we've come to keep finding that is showing us that there's a good possibility that Pastor Bob used to be EP. So if you want, I think, a reasonably priced book about this topic, there's no other book like it on Amazon. Yeah, you can do that too. You just got to go to my video description and you'll find it in there. So you can get it on Kindle as paperback if you want a paperback book, or you can get it PDF. You can get whatever you want. And yeah, I've already heard some of the criticism, but oh, you're trying to make money off Pastor Bob and Elvis. Well, hey, I'm not the first person in the world to write a book about Elvis, okay? So it's kind of hilarious how certain people will about capitalism if it is a book that they like, but if it's something that they don't agree with, those reviews do help. So that's all I ask. So anyway, I feel like this topic, I don't know, is maybe not so good here because weird things were happening on the live. But that really has been part of what I started doing this type of YouTube channel coverage, if that's a good way of saying it, is to really support Pastor Bob via YouTube and really the Elvis legacy too. Even though I was never a huge Elvis fan growing up, didn't buy any of his albums. It wasn't until about 3 years ago, because of Pastor Bob, that I became really an Elvis fan. But just supporting Pastor Bob how I could, you know. So, yep, try to give you a more interesting view once in a while. It's kind of shaky on the bike, but how are you all doing? How are you in Australia and Canada and Texas and North Carolina? I'm in California, so we're all over the map. And that's pretty cool. Yes, I'm live right now, Irma. Totally live. I kind of took a break the last few days. It's been a few days since I did a live, but needed the break. And then, of course, Independence Day was kind of like a day off from the usual. But I hope you all have a happy Independence Day. This is a very swervy bike, so I know it's tough to watch. Oh, am I talking too quietly? Sorry. I think I need to get my headset mic back or something. The problem is I got a new phone, so the mic that I was using is now incompatible with this phone. So I might have to get another one, but welcome, Miss Constitutional Rights. Nice to see you again. Yep, Cassie's right here. Happy to be out like usual. So we didn't go too far. I'm still recovering and slowly ramping up the bike rides. And Cassie's pretty happy with short walks a couple times a day. So the main topic, Irma, was the Pastor Bob channels, which there are many of on other apps, let's just say. But I think I kind of covered a lot, so you'll probably just have to rewatch the beginning where I covered it all when I get done, because I'm about to wrap it up anyway. But that is all. It's a nice night, so I wanted to get out and take Cassie before it got dark. It's nice and sunny and blue sky, as you can see, here in Southern California. So thank you all for supporting, as usual. I will see you again soon. Thank you, Irma. Appreciate it. And have a good, what day is it? It's Saturday. Well, have a good day or weekend, day and night. And yeah, you said you ordered some merch. That's awesome. Hope you enjoy it. The new merch from the store I've been really happy with the quality, so I think you're gonna like it. So, okay, I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and God bless.